So, hi.
Hello.
How's Ian doing?
Tired, but pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I guess I'm have to pardon the background noise. It is the day before the fourth.
Oh, yeah. So, what is it? Gunfire, fireworks, a mixture of both?
Yeah, or more. I'm more downtown, so but I don't really think that matters much because it's both in rural and the
Right.
city.
Well,
You
like,
might get it more in the rural because you get all that
well, I'm,
open area.
I'm not, I'm still in town. I'm like within walking distance from the police department
Yeah,
and the square and everything. So, you know, like, it's not just cows and fields all around. You got to go a little bit out of town to get to that. So, like, the, but the hillbillies still, shoot shit off because people are bored because they can't leave their house.
yeah.
So everyone's buying fireworks already and been letting them off. I remember when I was a kid, I was happy with the fucking sparklers. And then I went to fireworks, and everyone's like, "We got to go to the fireworks." I'm like, 15 minutes of staring at some shit to sit in traffic for 4 hours? No thanks.
Right. Shooting their shit off.
And I'm the whole time I'm sitting there going, "Someone gonna lose a finger?" And then when I was older, it got fun because I go to parties with my drunk biker buddies who literally brought quarter sticks of dynamite and like blew up fucking shit in the driveway. that
Hey,
that's dangerous.
hey, you're not American if you're not blowing off some fingers, right?
Remember, kids, leave a thing of bush light under the tree for Kid Rock to bring you fireworks this year.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, sorry we're starting a little bit later, if in case if anybody noticed, but
I mean, did you notice? No? Okay, then nobody noticed.
uh, I thought I was being a little bit late because I think I sent you an invite about like 8:40 or somewhere around there, and
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get uh I saw a tutorial that Linus did, or not Linus, uh oh, it was on that show Tested on how to use different things as like webcams because I thought it'd be cool to. I want to start trying to get maybe a couple different camera angles. I'd like to have this camera angle and then maybe the camera angle that I used to have so you can see my LEDs and stuff more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and was I ordered a thing for my DSLR so I could use that as
Mm-hmm.
a webcam to
Mm-hmm.
hook it up to my computer, but I need an AC outlet to keep it on indefinitely.
Mm.
Otherwise, the battery will burn out like in probably less than an hour.
Right. Zombie Unicorn did a write up on Reddit on how to use a DSLR for a webcam.
Yeah, but I was today until I get that in the mail. I was dicking around with my phone trying to get
Porn.
get porn. No, I set up IP webcam on the phone, and I was trying to mess around with that to get that to use that as webcam through the computer. And I
Mm.
downloaded this program called ManyCam, so I could like I was trying to figure out a way of having it like randomly just change camera angles or whatever.
Like Chris
Figure out
Prillo does.
yeah.
Is that like going to be like banana audio or whatever the hell, audio banana or whatever for your virtual audio shit, but for camera?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
But and then you said you were trying to speaking of audio, you were trying to get your shit to work.
Yeah, well, my friends and I have been uh, playing 76 and doing Discord chat, and he's like, "Hey, your voice sounds like far away," and I'm like, "What?" And he always bitches, "Oh, your mic sounds like trash." I'm like, "It's not a headset. It's a XLR fucking phantom powered condenser microphone. it is different from bullshit. So I had to go in and tweak settings and stuff. They changed it. Like before, it was just boost or no boost. So I haven't changed it, and then all of a sudden I go into it and it's like boost, volume, and I'm like, well, if I turn volume all the way up, I'm afraid I'm gonna get distortion. But I also have my AC on, so I don't know if that's what I'm hearing in the recording because it's like a in the background, like an old fucking record.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the gain being up too high and fizzling and hearing itself, or just the fucking AC going. So we're gonna do this and see what happens. Because when I turn the boost down, you can't hear shit. But anyway, enough of that.
Did you hear? Did you see Jay's video on where he got all that hate because he didn't know how to use a microphone?
They put all that money into it, and they're like, "No, dude, you're not doing it right." He's like, "You're right. I was doing it wrong." But he spent hundreds of dollars. He's like, "I'm not going to get anything different because I already paid for this." And they're like, "No, get this. It'll sound better." He's like, "You're right. It does sound better." That would suck.
I do wonder that it'd be nice to get that thing. I think he was thinking about getting it. I think Jerry was too. Was that Go XLR mixer thing with where all the knobs and stuff fly around like automatically?
Yeah.
It's all RGB.
That's its key feature, that it fucking turns itself on. It'll move the knobs for you, you fat lazy fuck.
Yeah. I thought it seemed kind of gimmicky, but I mean it does have like a lot of good features if you're really heavy into like the streaming and shit.
Right.
But anyways, I think y'all know what time it is. It's time to ask some questions, right?
Sure.
Questions. Like, where's my question here?
I don't give a fuck.
Soda Talk with Frank and Ian.
What you drinking on there, Ian?
Drinking your favorite flavor of Game Fuel, the blueberry.
Oh, I mean, I stopped drinking it because I always feel like I'm gonna break a fucking fingernail opening those sons of bitches.
I took it to the kitchen with the knife first.
Right? And you still feel like, damn it, shit's everywhere.
I know, man. And then I got the Liberty brew too, so a lot of berry tonight. And then some LTT.
Toilet water.
LTTstore.com. I'm not really thirsty.
Right. Well.
Anyways, how's about yous?
Well, right now I've got a Liberty Brew because tomorrow is about our freedom.
Fuck yeah.
And I can't be a fucking communist.
I know.
So
You got some moonshine?
Nah. I got some toilet water for backup because you can't drink that much soda. But
Sweet.
Anyway, dog. So what's going on with you?
Oh, no, oh yeah, I did have something I wanted to show you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Whoa. Put that tiny thing away. You'll embarrass yourself.
Hey. Hey.
Yes?
I don't have a comeback, so fuck it.
Gotcha.
I finished my soldering station here.
Oh, black on black.
Yep. It's metal on top, so the
I was just
soldering
gonna ask.
doesn't scorch anything.
I was gonna ask what that base is made out of.
Yeah, it's aluminum.
All your
Yeah.
bases are belong to us.
Yeah. But yeah, you can the feet you could screw in there, and you can unscrew the arms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's basically just like I just have some really long bolts going through the shit. Yeah,
I
it's pretty
see.
cool. Turns out pretty well. I look forward to using this shit, seeing how good it, how helpful it is. Oh yeah, I got this roll too, because then you could pull out the solder like
Oh. Oh.
that. It spins, wind it back
Ooh.
up.
Take that. Rewind it back.
Yeah.
Check it out.
What kind
I
of
want-
productive stuff you been doing?
Well, gaming. Speaking of gaming,
Speaking of gaming,
I want to show you in Fallout. I actually paid physical money for their in-game currency, and because I was like tired of not having any, and I bought it's supposed to be just a paint set, but you really change the armor to make it look dope AF. And hold on, show you what I'm looking at here. So here's what my armor looks like.
oh nice.
It's
Yeah.
American flags. Yeah, and look, it's like, and it's got a voice. It's based off of this machine in the game called Liberty Prime. That's like, communism will not be tolerated, and it fucking just wrecks everything. It's so like they made it where it has the audio, like a voice thing that comes out, but people were like, when you wear it, it talks, and people were so tired they finally gave them an option to do it without the voice.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I'll get that, sure. But
Nice.
but yeah, I've been grinding in the game, and I'll get into that later when we start talking stuff.
You've been playing Tony Hawk,
Yeah, that's it.
grinding those rails.
Right.
They're coming. He's doing a new game now, I guess.
Yeah, I saw that. Is it for, what system is that for?
I believe the Xbox One and the Series X coming out.
Mm. Okay,
It's interesting how like some of the last final games that they release, for like the current gen is basically the same graphics as like the next gen.
Yeah, like like when they put out that last Zelda for the fucking Wii U, then they carried it over to the fucking Switch. Or was it the Wii to the Wii U or the Wii U to the Switch? I can't remember.
Yeah,
All
the
the
Wii U
Wild.
to the Switch. Yeah.
But yeah, you want to go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't know what is up with that. Like if they're like the developers, they get so much allotment of like resources if they're allowed to like gradually
Well,
exploit more and more of the horsepower.
Well, it's basically they're trying to take it to the limit, and they push it as far as the hardware will physically go. Like, even on my computer now, the latest rendition of Fallout has its spots where it gets laggy for me. And when I say laggy, that's like 20 frames a second. Like, I saw one of the latest updates, and while the guy was on a map, the shit was like, and I'm like, that's on a fucking Xbox. They sell that shit to people.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that thing does. So, I mean, plus they say certain things aren't going to be available on previous gen because of restrictions. Like, I don't know if it was Cyberpunk or that other game that's come out after that or something. They're always trying to push fidelity because people want it to look nice, because they're going to look at it. But if it's going to run like shit, then
Well, I think for PC too, they come out with more optimizations too. So even if you put it on the low graphics, you know.
Well, that's the thing though. They make it for the consoles first because they know people are going to be cheap and buy the fucking console instead of build a computer. So then when we get it, it's recycled. Like the things say, press X. What? It's no fucking X button. So,
well,
anyway,
the next gens definitely aren't going to be cheap, but yeah.
I mean, compared to buying a fully custom computer, which is stupid because it'll last you longer than any damn console. But
yeah, well, we'll have to see how that 3090 costs.
I'm probably not gonna get it. I'm gonna see before I make any decisions, but probably not. But anyway,
Frankly, I'm gonna hold out for that Navi.
Right. Well, Big Navi is coming up, and I'm not gonna touch it. Anyway, so let's do video of the week.
Video of the week. That's right.
Hide and seek. It's the video of the week.
Okay, so yours is the Bitwit.
Yeah. So, I don't. You've been watching a lot of Bitwit videos lately, right?
I mean, he's on, and he kind of doesn't. I'm not gonna say he does the worst quality videos, but he's not putting. He doesn't have to put as much time into it. Where like Linus has a staff that does. One guy does a video, and another guy does a video, and then he puts it out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just him and his wife basically dicking around. So you see more stuff, and it's like, I don't know, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed your comment on the other video.
Oh, yeah. You're like, I know that dude.
Yeah. But anyways, this one is where they actually, I forget, what's that guy's channel where he interviews people while they eat progressively hotter wings?
You're talking about Let's Feast or whatever. The show is, it's actually not going on to TV now. I know what you're talking about. Now We Feast or whatever the channel is called. I can't remember, but it's I'm actually subscribed to it. And I can't think of it. Go ahead and discuss this.
Yeah. Well, they basically do that while they're trying to build a computer together.
Oh.
And you notice that they frankly
Hot Ones. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Hot Ones.
First We Feast is the channel, and the show is Hot Ones. Sorry. I knew it was something like that. But anyway. So, yeah, they build a computer while stepping up the Scoville limit.
Yeah, and they progressively get more frantic and more crazy, you know. I have a part of it saved here. I'm just going to play the audio. This is so funny.
The corner. There's no way. Fish it through, you piece of you piece of You've got to be me. I just gotta U-turn.
Wow.
Yeah, that you don't hear him talk like that often, huh?
Nah.
I mean, yeah, it was hard for her too, but I think she seemed like she was taking it better. She was more manly.
I mean, I saw the thumbnail for this other one, and I kind of want to tiny hands build a computer. But yeah, I mean, She's pretty proficient because she builds a lot of the systems on the show already.
Yeah. Well, actually saw. I watched this channel called the Paranormal Files, where they investigate ghosts and stuff. I kind of get into that a little bit. But
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
right, but they it was a couple that's been doing that for years. They've been getting pretty popular. I forget how many. I think they got a few million subscribers, but anyways, they ended up breaking up because she had the girlfriend had basically decided that she didn't really want to be in the public spotlight anymore. And so, like, I just kind of wonder, Wifey Sauce, like, if he, like, kind of, like, coaxed her to want to do this, or, or if she was, already kind of, like, into that thing or something,
Well, I mean, she really could just be in the background and edit videos and shit, and, like,
Yeah.
Pistol and Logan Tech Syndicate were together for a while, and I didn't even know that she fucking moved out to another state until when they built her a fucking system and mailed it to her. I was like, oh,
Ew.
did not know. Whoopsie.
But yes, spoiler alert, they do end up getting it done, but I mean, it's just funny seeing them,
Right. It's more about the trip and not the end of the journey.
Yeah.
Like watching Linus and his gang redo. I've watched them redo their networking so many times just because the trip is so funny. I know what they're going to do. They're unplugging shit and plugging it back in, but
well, they got the bill done. I forget. I'd have to go back and watch the end again to see if they got up to like the hottest level that like that the game was supposed to be. I'm not sure what level it was or whatever, but
gotcha. I mean, it would be hard. It's hard to build a computer under normal circumstances. Now they're just showing off.
Yeah. Well, it's just like you get reckless eating or like LA Beast in there, and he'd be making the host be like crying, man.
Right. They
Like, this is like barbecue sauce.
barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah, they get bad.
Now, Furious Pete, he doesn't do spicy foods as far as I know.
I think he does. He just doesn't like them. He's what they call a tough ass, who, like, he eats shit that gives you brain freeze. He doesn't stop. He just goes through it. I can't do that.
Well, he did that shit that cut up his tongue. Like the
warheads.
The warheads, and then he did. I forget if he did the cactus or whatever, but he did all that other shit that fucks your mouth up. But when it comes to spicy stuff, he kind of draws the line. I mean, I remember the one video he was throwing up in the sink or whatever because it was so spicy. And I only think it was like a few million Scoville. I mean, I only say only a few million, but
right. I can't do no millions of Scoville. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, my video of the week isn't one that we're gonna sit and watch. I'm gonna scrub through a little bit of it. I mean, it's a Gamers Nexus video, so it's mostly this.
Yeah.
It's this, and then RTX Jesus. But basically, previously on Gamers Nexus, they compared the IC graphite pads compared to thermal paste, and to what they expected, normal ends, like the paste is going to be better. Well, now they've tried against the Carbonaut pads, which are different, which is what I'm using on my system, and ultimately paste still ekes out better performance, but these are still, okay. It's, you know, us objectively, like they put it to the torture test, and when they make at the highest wattage, when they made the mounting plate as loose as it could be, where like if you touch the screws, they spin. Um, the the Carbonaut was actually like worse than even the shitty IC Diamond pad. Like it's somewhere in here. I can't find it, but
The
yeah,
Grizzly pad was? Or
Yes.
You talk.
yeah, the one I bought. Yeah, see, look, here it is. It's like hotter than the IC Diamond, but it's at like the lowest pressure where like somebody literally just did a tiny like turn, like maybe a thread of the screw onto it, and said it's good. He's like, nobody should be building a computer under this. This is not normal mounting pressure. But they go over their testing methodology in the video. It's worth a watch because you feel smarter after you've watched it, and you learn about the product. Because I, as an owner of the Carbonaut, I like it. It's it is a fragile thing. It's not stiff like the IC graphite ones. It's like a very, very, very thin microfiber. And I did tear mine, but that's because I changed the CPU. Yeah, I tore the corners because I changed the CPU without disconnecting the block from the line. I just unscrewed it from the heat plate and took it up, and then I took the new CPU and put it in, and I didn't disconnect any of the water cooling, even though it was soft tubing. I was too lazy.
Yeah. Well, that's
But-
kind of surprising because like that's like twice the price too, and I mean I was thinking about getting that as an upgrade from the IC Diamond.
I mean, it is better because they show that it does perform better, but only when one result was it worse, and it's not something that you would be able to replicate during normal practices. You would build that as a joke, basically. For their testing, I don't even know why they included it. But
Yeah.
it's I commented, for my needs, I don't want to clean paste because the Threadripper chip is fucking huge.
Yeah.
So,
Well, one thing that they should invent, you guys should invent this, is I would be open to doing it, is that they should make it something that's like a pad that's easy to install, but maybe like a pad that like liquefies when it's heated. So then you just have to clean it up after you want to change it, but then when you want to install a new one, it's like easier then.
well, the reason that paste is better is because it can become smaller than even a graphite pad.
Well,
So,
what are those pads? Is it like fuzzy or something? Is that kind of like how they're trying to say it gets in all those crevices or something?
no, it's
Or does it just have a little bit of give to it?
it's
maybe?
well, okay, like your IC graphite is like a hard rubber, right? Basically,
Right.
yeah. Mine's not. It's like a very thin. It's like a micro.
It's
It feels
like
like it's like a microfiber cloth made of the lead from a pencil. Is what it feels like,
Yeah.
because it's a gray, very thin cloth that, like I said, when I put it down, the corners ripped off because I was trying to screw the plate back on. Now here, like I said, the bad testing, he has the screws were so. Of course, I had it wrong. The screws it was so loose that just flicking them with your fucking finger made them come loose. Yeah, mounting pressure. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Come on. Yeah. He puts it in, backs off. Look. See? Screw spins. You shouldn't have your shit that low in a functioning computer. So,
Put the thermal
Go ahead.
lotion on the skin.
yeah, I'd rather go the way I did because having to clean off paste more than once on this giant chip is a fucking nightmare. And
Yeah.
having to, because you not only, think about it, you not only have to clean it off of the heat spreader, now I have to worry about the water block getting shit everywhere too because it's on that. When I took my AIO off, oh god, I gotta clean this before I can even get it out of the case. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
worth the fucking time and effort to me.
I always wondered if it would be if people would buy it if like they started making processors with like like if you're doing custom water cooling, if they had like a specific block on there already, like where it's like soldered to it basically. So you would be stuck with that because I mean that those
They do
things
have-
last forever. I mean, basically, right?
well, I mean, until you fry
Or
your
at
chip,
least-
and then
Or at least as long as you had the chip. I
they
mean, you
have
might-
they have ones with passive coolers that are soldered to the board because it's for server grade stuff that's not going to see heavy use. But anything that you could potentially overclock, guys are taking the IHS off and directly cooling the die. They're trying to get it done faster, but it's still making it to where it can come out of the socket. So
right.
I don't think I think they're going to still want to be able to customize it and put a higher grade chip in when one comes out.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to have that be, like, an option, I guess, if you at least if they had it manufactured where you get rid of any kind of middleman between all that shit,
And you'd have to have one badass chip to make you go, yeah, I don't care if it's glued to the board and never coming out. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest they did was those what do they fucking call it, that one that Linus started to switch to with the mono block. It came with the CPU, but it was Intel. But then the cable he was using, what the fuck's it called? The one for his graphics and everything. The Thunderbolt cable he was using, they didn't make one long enough for his purposes. Anyway.
Right. Well, I mean, if you have like like $1,000 CPU, what is like an average block nowadays? I mean, didn't you get one for like 60? You said
mine wasn't brand new. Mine was it was a new block, but it was not purchased retail. It was on eBay. A block can be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, a backplate could cost you $100, and that's just some shit that sits on the back of the GPU you never even see.
Right.
Anyway, let's get into some stations.
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations.
Station.
Excuse me.
I
gotta
saw
shake off
this
that
one.
Rona. No.
I saw this one, and
I'm just
I
scared
was
of
like-
coughing at the store. It's like I'm scared of people freaking out if I cough or looking at me weird,
oh, they look at you weird anyway, Ian. I saw this one, but I was like, it's a laptop. I'm sure even it's. I think it's a. I can't tell what kind I didn't read.
Oh man, I was in a hurry, so
Right? No, it looks good, but I'm sorry. Even if it's a Windows laptop, nah, can't do it. Everything else is on point, but nah. I mean, there is a laptop. I'm hoping that's. Let me read on. Maybe there's an actual tower in there I'm not seeing, but let me see. Oh no. I don't know, man. Anyway, but yeah, so that's dope.
all right. Well, let's move on to the next
Pasted.
one.
Great. I'm trying. Hulk smash. Purple and green.
Yep.
That's what is that, Beast Boy or whatever the hell that one there is?
Oh, I don't know.
He-
I forget.
Ian's like, sure. I mean,
Got kind of
very
like
nice.
copying kind of like your setup.
I
Small
mean, kinda.
TV on the top.
I mean,
Or is that a screen?
no, it's not. That's a framed picture.
Oh, okay.
So nah, it's not. Nah. Just 3 screens and a box of tissues for fapping.
Right.
What place tissues, my man?
Man, I was watching that one that you commented on, that where he judging more stations. He was rough on some of those people, man.
Oh yeah,
Just throwing out the insults, unrelated insults, man.
right. He didn't even say, "Hey, I'm Bill." He's like, fuck this guy. So he starts off,
He's like, you need a maid or some life coaching.
right? Like, do your people let you outside? You ever leave that house? And then another big ass monitor. I wonder what's on Ian's Christmas list. Boy, cables though. Look at those white cables just boing right up in your face, up in your junk.
Yeah.
I like the pegboard though. It gives it an industrial shop look. And a water jug from ltcstore.com. I don't know where it's from, but it's funny. So if I had to pick,
Tunnel Bear.
well, this one looks dope. Like I said, it probably has no guts. This one looks dope and has guts. But this one's good too.
I
Hmm?
yeah. I probably would go with the 3.
Yeah. Just because there's nothing you can't really put on. You can't put anything on these 3 that you can't put on this one big ass mother.
Yeah. Does he say? Is that one of those crazy 4K super ultra wides?
The title says, "I have ascended, did away with the 1440 and got something more substantial." Let's see. Scroll. That I didn't read the title until I said it out loud. It's 49 inch.
I mean, I say 4K, but that's like that would technically be more pixels than a 4K, wouldn't it? If you had it be like the 2000 height or whatever, it would be the same as a 4K.
They make like a 51 something, whatever. It's a 49 inch. So let me see here. You know, the games that don't just what it's saying games nice. Actually, 34. Oh, it's a 32 by 9.
Yeah.
HDR 1000.
HDR.
Can you split the monitor into 2 on gaming? Yes, you can. That's cool, but how are you supposed to use it daily? LOL. Thumbs down, that guy. What do you mean? It works just like a 2 1440 panels would, just no bezel. I mean, doesn't it get annoying, especially when you're trying to game? You need to turn your whole head to see the left or right. No, you dumb fuck. No, it's slightly curved. Yeah.
Too many pixels.
Right. No, you gotta move your head around. No, you move your fucking eyes like a grown-up, you idiot. So yeah, I'd probably go with this one. Now, give me my theme song.
Station.
Always got time for that.
So here's my first setup.
All right.
See, and that's a big TV on the top, and a curved monitor on the side there.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, yes, he has a sound bar." And I couldn't even tell. I can't tell where or if a computer is even involved here. I honestly can't. But it's using all the peripherals, so I passed giving a shit. It looks good. And then this
I
guy
want
wants
to.
it. Go ahead.
I want to see them like when people are doing the curved ones vertically. I want to start seeing them stack on top of each other, so it like the top one is a little bit sticking out slightly more, so you have like a whole arc going over your head,
Nah,
and
that's
then
cool.
you have the middle one sort of like rotated too a little bit, so you get like a hemisphere of monitors then.
Oh, it's got the before and after pictures in the comments. Nice. But yeah, this is very fly. Got that Herman Miller cost too much chair that I want. Not paying more for my chair than anything else in my setup. And a third one, you know I had to go weeb on you.
Yep. Weeb.
Now, like I said, first one's got a curved monitor on the side, which you don't see every day. Second one's got a big ass monitor. You don't see that every day either. No. And then the third one, if you ignore the weeb, got a, I think that's an ultra wide turn vertical. I didn't read and see yet. But I mean, the only thing I couldn't do is the multiple monitors spaced out that far. But it's it's a 2 PC stream and anime station. So
I was gonna say, was those monitor social distancing, man?
I don't know if when they say two PC stream and anime station, it means that they're watching anime on one and streaming on the other, or if they're playing games and streaming with the other and then watch anime with it. I don't fucking know. But kudos, I enjoy it.
The monitors must have the Rona, man, trying to keep them apart.
You gotta keep them separated. So, out of the three,
I don't know, man.
see, I mean, only thing that the Weeb station doesn't have is it's not as clean as this one. The first station looks nice, but I can't tell what the machine is. I think it might be this Asus looking tablet here, but like I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you were on me about that laptop, man. You were on me about that laptop. He's got that shit on a tablet.
No. I said tablet, but it's a laptop.
Well, I don't know, man. This one's tough.
Yeah, I mean, this one's got so much going for it. It's got so much character, and I don't mean like the characters that are on the walls, but literally they're there. I enjoy it. Yes, I do. We got Spirit. How about you? So yeah, he wins the internet.
You see, with these later ones, I kind of lean away from them because they're like in general, like the photograph and the lighting is too washed out. I guess I'm more used to seeing color and darker and more moody, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the stations, preparing station for Cyberpunk 2077, then 3090.
Oh God, those preparing for RTX 2080 Ti, and then that's all you saw for like a month.
Preparing for a better computer.
Right. Anyway, back to the Ian Adams stories here. Let's see. Hit me with the news theme, Ian.
You got some nose for it.
I clicked paste and go, and it's not going nowhere. Paste and go. There it goes. Maybe. Okay.
They didn't want to listen to you, Frank.
Yes. Olympus rolls out PC app that turns some of its cameras into webcams. Is this where you were? What made you get your shorts in a bunch?
No, I was planning this for a while. I have a Canon camera, and I just happened to come across this, and I was like, I might as well put that there too. A nice talking piece about it.
I mean, Olympus, they make some high tech stuff at the hospital. There's a lot of professional grade stuff that's Olympus.
Yeah, they're a good brand. I had an Olympus point and shoot a long time ago. Like, I had a 4 megapixel back in like 2005, and that was like the shit, man. That was like 50 megapixel now or something, man.
Right. All right, and then
But no, this is interesting. I don't know if they give a whole list here, but it says has just released a new beta application called OMD Webcam, which gives Olympus cameras webcam capabilities for live streaming or video chats when attached to a PC via their USB cable tether. USB-C. So, all right. Next.
moving on.
Carry on.
Yes.
Disperse.
Hold on. Only let me select one word at a time. Come on. Select all. There we go. Paste.
Pasties.
Yep. Oh, continue with ad blocker. Ampere preps 7 nanometer 128 core server CPU to take on AMD and Intel.
I'm sure you've watching RTX Jesus. You've probably had to come across that.
I don't frequent it because it's, as much as I love him, it's numbers and it will lull me to sleep, and I can't sleep at a desk.
Huh?
When you took the T delta minus 785 and then you minus the, did you see when he was on that call with the fucking people from Thermal Take? And he's like, no, see, you got to do the negative. It was just like, and then carry the one anyway.
Do you think he really misses calling, man? Like with actually like being like a engineer or something like with the hardware?
No, because he probably took his passion and moved it into what he wants to do. He could just be working at a fucking factory somewhere working on tolerances.
Yeah.
But instead of boring shit, he likes games and computers, and he'd rather do this. It's his page. Ian, your YouTube page has shit you enjoy doing in it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he could. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I said he could moonlight as an engineer, but don't make him do what they don't want to fucking do.
Yeah.
I enjoy engineering to a point, but when I say I'm done, I don't want to put 30, 40 years into it.
Right. But yeah, I was kind of surprised you haven't started doing any kind of streaming yet. I mean, are you planning on doing that with the Fallout anytime soon? Because I'd be recording that shit at least.
I mean to, but with the later, I'm gonna get into it. With the stuff right now, it's so grindy that even when I'm hanging out with Floyd, a lot of times we're not talking to each other because we're doing something else.
You think you'd like to maybe be at a point where you're like roided out in there and you could just do whatever then, right?
I mean, I'm pretty late game in my character build, but like, I'm not the best. So like, I go places and I either I overestimate myself, like, I'm like, oh fuck, I thought I was totally ready for this and I'm nowhere near, or I'm underestimating, like there's a mission that I totally thought I was just gonna die and put it off, and now I one-shot the beasts that were coming after me. So it's a two-way street. I really just don't like. I'd have to get in a place where I was doing like the missions when I have to do. I hate quests, and that's my problem. That's why I'm so. I should be late level, but like I'm not. Like Floyd's already done all these missions that I haven't even started because I started doing them, and like I get bored. Like there's to get this armor, the best armor in the game, you have to do all these quests. I started watching a walkthrough video and it was a fucking hour long, and I'm like, this isn't even the main quest. This is some shit you gotta do to be introduced to where the main quest is. I'm not gonna remember all these people you gotta talk to and where this shit is.
Yeah.
So no, I'm if I get a good chance to just run around and kill things, that's what I enjoy doing. But and stumbling into stuff. But right now I'm trying to do it exponentially faster and more efficient, and I'm not yeah, it's not an enjoyable experience, I don't think, for anybody trying to watch it. So
Right. Well, with this this ampere thing, most people would probably be confused, just like I was initially seeing this. This is not to be confused with the NVIDIA ampere, like that's like the next generation, right?
yeah.
Of our RTX, the 3000 series. So basically, I guess they're going to be doing like an ARM. This is like an ARM architecture, I believe.
This is an ARM. This is a rib. This is
God took it. Adam's rib. I don't know.
Right.
But,
so
yeah, I guess that's what a lot of. That's like kind of like the trend a little bit is starting to get some traction. Is like with Apple, they want to start doing their own CPU. I guess that's gonna be like an ARM based.
Well, they want to do that to prevent the Hackintosh market because forever it's been Intel, and then they made it to where it works with Ryzen processors. And now if it's going to be an in-house thing, which I doubt it's going to be an in-house fleet thing from them, I'm thinking they're probably going to be sourcing the chips from somewhere else and sticking their logo on them. But
yeah,
I'm sure the teardown guys will buy one and tear into it and say, oh, this is socket number so-and-so with chip number. Yeah, but
well, Barnacle was saying that ARM is actually could be a really beneficial thing for everybody. It's just the reason that we don't switch away from like x86 or like x64, I guess, is that everything's just so heavily rooted in that right now, and if it's not broke,
Yeah, like it's a environment basically, like because ARM is technically it was the longest time was just Android, right?
Yeah.
Which in itself is a Linux based, so it's stripped down upon stripped down. So versus just like the registry in a Windows folder, all those .dlls and shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know too much about the differences. Like I know that if you switched to ARM, it would like thermally it would be a lot more efficient, but I thought the reason like your tablet or phone can run like those specific apps because the processor is just it's like wired to run those specific things. It's not like it's not as versatile though as like what we have on a computer because there's so many more apps and shit.
Yeah.
At least that's the discussion I remembered. So, I mean, like, I don't know how beneficial it would be in the long run, but I like the shit. So,
right. We'll see. I assume it'll be like when DHL tried to take on FedEx in the shipping industry, and sure, in Europe they're great. Over here they're nothing. It's competition's always a good thing. We'll see.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, I was gonna say with this Ampere though, real quick, this is more like on the server side of things. So yeah, they're doing 128 cores all the way down to I think 8 or 16. I forget.
If they can try to take on Epic, I mean, anything to lower their prices, because like I said, competition will do that. So,
Yeah.
but
anyways,
it'll be tough to see them try to take on AMD. Go ahead, AMD's trying to take on Intel still.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. God damn it.
Yeah. Did you have this one? I would be really surprised if you didn't.
I had a similar article. I don't remember where from, but so you want me to state it and then
bring
what I've heard?
Bring her home, man.
Reel
her in.
So basically, Fallout is paired with the makers of Westworld, as in Bethesda, the company that owns Fallout. And they put a teaser trailer, which is really just the please stand by screen, which has been in every game since the dawn of the fucking game. So I don't know if you can even call it a teaser trailer, but it's piqued everybody's interest. I've enjoyed the stuff on Amazon TV because Upload was great. I watched the entire thing. And if the people who made Westworld are involved, that was a critically acclaimed series, I want to say. It was an adaptation from a movie, right? Loosely. I didn't watch it personally, but I don't know what because they haven't released any details whether it's going to be based upon an original story based upon the universe of Fallout, which could be interesting, or if it's going to be just a straight, depiction of one of the games.
It was based upon a buddy of the guy that was in the game.
Right. The story, the original storyline, there are guys on YouTube that all they do is go through the original games and explain, because back then you just saw stuff.
Mansplaining.
Yeah, well, you would see stuff happen, but you didn't fully you wouldn't fully understand it, and we wouldn't know what was going on. And there's multiple guys, like I said, all they do is do a voiceover dub. In the year so and so, this happened, and then this happened, and they talk for they do 4-hour videos of just the lore of this fucking game series that started in the 90s, 97, and it's each game itself is a very interesting storyline, not just the quests, but the whole premise of each one. And the environment has always had a dark and humorous undertone, and the tone's changed a little bit with Bethesda owning it, because some people are like, oh, let's buy the rights to it and then fuck it up. And I'm like, no, they're working with Bethesda. I don't know how much of the team is involved, whether it's Todd Howard and Pete Hines or just one of them, but if they stay as faithful as, say, like Netflix was with Altered Carbon, I will definitely be checking it out. It's gonna be a series too, so I want to say I should force myself to wait until it's over to check it all out, but I'll probably be too worked up to not watch it all as it happens. No idea when it's coming out, no idea what it's going to be based off of, or if it's going to be original. I mean, we're still technically waiting for the 5th Fallout game. This one was just a spin-off of 4. They took the engine, tweaked it a little bit to make it prettier, and wrote an original story.
Right.
So that's that.
Well,
but go ahead.
I wonder what kind of, just in general, the style of it will be similar to. I mean, I was thinking Witcher, but that's about the only recent thing that I could compare it to,
I mean, it's the original story was based off of the '70s movie A Boy and His Dog, and then loosely Mad Max, because you walk around and every iteration of the game you've had a dog, and the series is very culturally aware and does a bunch of Easter eggs and references to stuff. Like there's a freezer you can find. Yeah, there's a freezer you can find. You open it up and there's a skeleton that's supposed to be Indiana Jones. Yeah, so it's full of good humor and like that. Now, speaking of Fallout, speaking of gaming.
Speaking of gaming.
So in the latest, yes, the latest. Speaking of gaming, the latest patch 20 for the game has they've introduced a new thing they're calling seasons, and during the summer season or season 1, I guess, they've got a mini game inside of the game itself. Now, since it's it's a lot like Steam has a similar thing going on. In when you play normally in Fallout, there's challenges. You can unlock the in-game currency atoms, so you can buy skins and weapons and shit. And now, and they've removed that and taken it away and done this. There's a board game inside of the game, which is very cool. It's got this. It's made in the style of, this is inside of the world of like the lore of Fallout. Like this is a superhero that's that you can actually get. You can buy the skin of his outfit, and in the what they call the Atomic Shop, the in-game store, and it's all Hubris Comics. That makes all of the comic books that you could buy, that you can find in the game, and there's actually stores that have Hubris Comics. But getting away anyway. So the game is this character here. I think was it Professor Cosmos or Dr. Cosmos? Yeah, race across the galaxy against evil Dr. Zorbo, and basically for each time you say you get Zorbo. Every time you acquire so many points, you move your piece along this, tabletop board game, and at each junction you earn a new prize, and they get better and better as you go up. Now, this has drawn a lot of flack recently because the Fallout fans are meticulous and crazy. When they announced this, it's supposedly going to last 10 weeks. They haven't got any exact word from Bethesda on it. It could be tweaked, but the way that it's laid out now is 100 actions. So each, you got to get so many points to move along the board to get all the prizes. And they said that if you do all of the daily challenges, events, and grinding of XP, you'll still come up short. Some say you'll still come up short to get all of them. Then some are like, well, if you do the XP and double events, you can still move up, because there's only so many daily challenges and weekly challenges until they refresh every day and every week, Yeah. But if you earn 1,000 or 10,000 XP, you automatically progress to the next one. And also, the thing people are complaining about is what you can, after 2 weeks, you can purchase a move on the board for 150 atoms, which equates to $1.50, which, like I said, you get by playing the game anyway, if you didn't want to go and buy atoms like I did. So it's interesting. It's a challenge for yourself, and you get all these rewards, like I said, for in-game currency, atoms for the store, and then like gear. And one of the latest ones actually is its own topic of discussion. They've got a device that's an ammo converter, where when you walk around the world, you pick up ammo, and you can use it for your weapons. But if you can't find anything that uses this ammo, you're just kind of stuck with it. You either drop it, sell it, or they give you a machine once you reach level, I think, 5 in this little mini game. And it's a topic of discussion because people are pissed off that to use it, there is what they call a terminal system, which is like a throwback to the old school text-based computers interface. and they don't like the interface. They like, how do they think this would be fun? And I've used it, and the only thing I don't enjoy is you can only do 10 rounds or 10 or 15 rounds of ammunition at a time. So you have to put in ammo to get new ammo out. And yeah, there's a conversion rate. I don't care. It's junk ammo I was going to drop on the floor anyway. But you can only put in 15 at a time, and then you got to go back 2 screens. And then you got to say, I won't put in another 15 rounds. Then you got to go back another 2 screens and do the same thing for however much ammo you have. I have 4,000 rounds of this fucking ammo. So it might be more efficient to either drop it or sell it to somebody who might want it. But then again, it depends if it's even useful. So, I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, there's this armor you can get that's supposed to be what they call a ghillie suit. You hide. Very good camo. I really would like to get all the way to the end. There's 100. You can score up to 100 on like 9 or 10 out of 100, and people are complaining. This is like day 3, and I'm already at level 10. If this goes on for 10 weeks, I think it's doable.
Yeah.
But I don't know. People bitch. I mean, plus, like, if you get it from doing XP, if Bethesda decides to flip on a double XP event, oh, now you're burning through it in minutes, you pussies.
Yeah.
Sorry to ramble here. This is all I had.
You were talking about comics. Have you ever seen that show or heard of a show called The Boys?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's an Amazon original, right?
Yeah,
I haven't checked it out.
I thought it was pretty good. I'm waiting for them to release the second season.
I have not checked out yet. I'm probably going to wait because, like I said, I watched all of Upload, and I'm like, it's a cliffhanger now, and I'm like, fuck. And now with the Rona, I'm sure it'll take longer to come out.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, basically, the synopsis is they're a bunch, all the, like there's a bunch of superheroes, but they're, like they're not what they seem. They're all just about the fame and stuff, they're actually like corrupt and shit. They have like rip-offs. The main guy is like Superman, and like it's like the whole Justice League rip-off, But anyways,
Walmart is turning some of its parking lots into drive-in theaters. The Columbus Zoo was doing the same thing. Columbus, Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think it was. I don't know if it was free, but it was for like kids. Which they're trying to get kids to go anyway. The kids are not at school, so sure.
Hello, kitties.
But I mean, anything to get people in the fucking stores, right? Even if they're not inside the stores, they're trying to make people think favorably of them. And it's not like drive-ins didn't really go away, but they kind of went out of favor for a while. So there are a few. Like we had one in my hometown, but it's
I definitely think theaters is one of the things that I don't think is gonna make it through this, man.
I mean, there'll be a lot of them closing, but as soon as they can get back into it, the only good thing about it is I like what it's done for streaming. Like Trolls made more than the original Trolls did in theaters, so now a lot of shit they're just like, fuck it, just release it on streaming, and I'm like, yes. Because I want everything to be in my house on demand. I just want to press a button. I'll pay a couple extra dollars to watch it in my home. I don't have to go to theater and worry about a guy shooting me because I'm watching Batman. That was a thing, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, but then your 15-year-old popcorn guy won't have a job now.
Well, that's if they didn't charge $75 a bucket. That's the other thing. They're like, oh, we're movie theaters, we're running out of money. Also movie theaters, that'll be $75 for your bucket of popcorn. Just like airlines are saying, we're struggling for money, but then they charged you $50 for an oversized bag.
Yeah.
Well, so you got one. Go ahead.
The events will also feature appearances from stars, according to the Hollywood Reporter. and customers will be able to order concessions that will be delivered to their vehicles. Information like possible entry fees, exact locations, and film lineup for the Walmart events haven't yet been announced.
Old people will love this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going back to the drive-in days with fucking sock hops.
Yeah. Yeah, but except you being able to, like get some nice fresh air with all the grass and stuff in the movie theater. You get some cold hard cement,
Yeah.
But anyways.
And your final story you got for the night?
Yeah.
Dr. Disrespect. He's gone, and Twitch won't say why.
Now, have you, do you know who this guy is?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit.
But,
Go ahead.
this guy's basically a big, he's up there, like with the Twitch streamers like Ninja and all that. Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of streamers myself. Like sometimes I'll watch, like, if it's a story-driven game, like the Last of Us or that Life is Strange game. I'll watch some Let's Plays of that because it's mostly storyline, anyways. But yeah, so this guy, he got banned a couple times. I don't know if you heard about the other things he's gotten into, but like the one time he cheated on his wife, I guess, and then the other time he was following his buddy in to the bathroom with a camera. So he got in hot water with that. And
what I heard, he basically is because he cheated on his wife, but he admitted to this, and this was years ago, and they fired him because of his personal life, right?
Right. Yeah, that social media, that'll get you in trouble, man. And like personal life, doesn't matter if it's like any kind of job or even like colleges now are going after people for whatever they post, like outside of school. They're definitely worried about their image when it comes to, like who's who on there,
I mean,
like I'm just talking about like corporations in general, you get fired from a job for like racist post or something,
I mean, they say, oh, just don't do anything stupid online. But if you share shit you did before online was a thing, because people were really bad back in the day, because I don't want to say times were different, but they were. Like, Monica Lewinsky, I love her. She's a brilliant woman, and she, made a great representation of what feminism should be. But in the 90s, she got a lot of shit because, president got a blowjob, got fired. And her name was ran through the mud. Now, we look back and we go, God, that was terrible. But Jay Leno and everybody and their brother was on TV doing it. So,
right.
Just like blackface, it was socially acceptable years ago, but not now.
Yeah. Well, people are scratching their head because, they're, as far as why he got banned, and supposedly it's like a permanent ban, and he doesn't know why himself. And Twitch isn't saying, they give their generic PR shit, and it's got to be something serious, people are saying, because it's not like a copyright infringement, because people usually just get a temporary suspension for all that, and plus he's like a huge partner. He's like partnered with Twitch or whatever, so he brings in a lot of money for him. So it could be something like legally outside of Twitch that's spurred this. Something happened. Twitch, I don't know if you know, but Twitch they're starting to do a purge of like all these people that's like streamers and stuff that's got in trouble for like sexual harassment of other streamers and shit too. So that it could be related to that, but that's just speculation,
Mm-hmm.
but it's probably something serious and potentially legal
It's-
issues. You know.
It's the thing of,
It's-
it's our platform. We'll put it on whoever we want, but then people want to complain and make changes. But it's our platform, and we'll put on who and promote who we want. Same with YouTube. We'll promote who
Yeah.
we want.
Well, the thing with YouTube is they get their cake and eat it too, because they get the the freedom of being able to be a private platform and do whatever they want, but then they also get the protections under I think it's Section 230, so that they don't get, if somebody puts some child porn up, they don't get in trouble for that shit. So that
What?
it's like they get both of the best worlds of being a private and a public at the same time.
Well, people, the main argument has always been, oh, well, I'll move to a different platform as soon as one becomes available because you can't compete with what's already there. You're going to start your own shit? I'm not going to.
Yeah, and in all reality too, even if there is a platform that pops up that's like really competitive and gets really popular, chances are it'll end up, like if it starts making a lot of money, just like YouTube, it'll end up in the same spot, Unfortunately, because money, money and
Yeah.
people, but. Yeah, I mean, in general, a lot of these companies are like becoming a lot less neutral in things, and they're starting to, like try to mold their platforms and whatever, like image that they really want, Like YouTube, they just want some generic, family-friendly, happy-go-lucky, regurgitated stuff,
Something they can make a quick buck off of, yeah.
Yeah, so... And if you don't fit into that mold, then you're just, like, shadow banned, nobody can find you, or whatever, whole genre's going away. Did you hear about that, I was gonna do a news article, but I decided I didn't know, like, a whole lot about it, was that UFD tech.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess his shit was, like, his video was taken down or whatever. He didn't do anything wrong.
His channel got blocked because
Yeah.
they flagged it, even though they unflagged it, and then they flagged it and said it doesn't meet it. He's like, but you showed me that it does meet it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that shit was approved by humans. It had to be. Somebody's really trying to fuck with them, man.
I don't understand it.
Yeah. I feel bad for him, too, because I guess he's got a family to take care of. He's got, like, an autistic kid or something,
Yes.
right?
Well, yeah, his son has medical conditions.
Yeah.
So that's why
he's got people to pay, too, a whole team there.
Yeah, he brought a team over from South Africa, and then they had to come to the States to get the healthcare for his son. So his secondary channel for hot news is still going, but I haven't seen whether or not they came back yet to the main show. And Twitch has really helped them out a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway.
You
So,
just get really depressed by all this shit, man.
yeah, I got nothing to say, man. No, really. Yeah, people suck. What can you do?
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
Back to my video games.
Video games, baby.
I had a griefer recently, and I think he was a hacker who, until recently, there was a hack to get into God mode, where you could be basically never die, but they're starting to find ways to ban those people, so Because he was a low level player. He was like 77, and I'm 110 or whatever. So
Right.
he should have been able to kill me, but he did.
How far is that Floyd up to now?
Oh, he's like 119, 120, because he's always like 10 ahead of me to fuck with me.
Yeah, you started before him.
Oh, well, he got that high on his Xbox character, then he switched to PC, and now he's up that
that's
high
right.
on PC. So yeah, he's fucking with me. I don't do quests. That's my problem. I don't progress in the story because I fuck off, and I get my XP by killing things.
Is that the only game he's been doing, or does he do
He
other games?
he got ESO, and I got it to play with him, but I don't know. There's so much to do in that game. I don't know where to go. He's like, "You can do anything," and I'm like, "But I don't know what anything is."
Yeah. Well, is a game like 2077 gonna, finally be able to rip you away from that Fallout?
No,
No.
I'll get it and I'll play it, but I also bought the Outer Worlds and I played it, but then I stopped. And granted, that wasn't really because I got sucked into 76. That was when I started water cooling this thing, and I really missed playing 76, so I installed it on my old computer. I didn't put the Outer Worlds on that computer. I don't think it would run on it anyway. So I haven't played it. I've got. Oh, that's right. I had a story about the Grand Theft Auto Online. It's not a story as much as it's the online is flooded with new players. Well, Epic gave it away free.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen?
I know.
But I haven't fired it up. I installed it. I installed Sniper Elite because I got it recently because I enjoy sniping. I can't figure, like, the controls are fucking with me. Most of it's WASD, but then like the platform and jump around the buttons. I was like, okay, and I do this, right? No. So I'm gonna have to watch a playthrough. Same with the ESO. But anyway,
Frankly, I like camping.
nah, I don't like camping. I like running around and sneaking. But anyway, I get back to gaming.
Do.
So
Secret agent man.
all right.
Like sneaking around. Alright, man. Alright, hold up. Hold on there, cowboy.
Wipe out.
By the way, thanks for joining us. You got to say that.
Have a wonderful day. Well, goodbye. You all the way to sleep.
TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao.
Yeah, that was fun.
Have a good day.